What's up? You get me, bro? What's up? Who we have? Who we have? Good morning. Hi, guys. I'm so... Dude, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Let me just bring the music a little bit, like, tiny weeny beanie down. So, I don't know what the fuck happened, but dude, I have so much energy this morning. Yesterday, I was a complete skibbity papa and pum pum pum, but today, I'm just fucking rolling in it. You get me? Desolation could make the cocks be of you. What's up, my bib? You good? Very nice, very nice. Good to see you, bruv. Yeah, absolutely. Let me just sort of... can you do this? Can your screen do this? Look. Too easy, man. You get me? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, by the way, this is where my head is when I sleep. This is my pajamas, but yeah, this is SpongeBob pajamas. I don't care. Okay, very nice. Good morning. Ohayo gozaimasu. Kyou no tenki wa ii desu ne. Hi. Look. I can't see now. Libla! Near you! May the cocks be with you. Look, let me take you to the fucking nostalgia. Are you ready? Like, I will show you something. Your nips will go hard, man. Like immediately, look. So I'll show you this. This is YouTube. Don't worry about it. This is just YouTube, okay? Don't worry about it. Now. Welcome to the tip of the rocky nipple. Yes. This is a very beautiful rocky nipple. Okay? And this used to be my gathering spot with my friends when I streamed back in the day. Yeah. You get me now. Did you sleep well today? I slept actually quite well. Only woke up just once in the middle of the night, and that was because... I think I had a dream, and it was shit. Yeah, but other than that, yeah, I was having a great day, great night, sorry. Yeah, absolutely. And amphetamine flash distillation. I stay away from that shit. I'm clean, boy, innit? Yeah, dude. So I was very, very confident today to theme the entire stream World of Warcraft. I had no doubt in my mind to do that. Because, dude, so much has happened around WoW. We need to dive in. Really. And especially that now I play it. Like, you can see in the background. You get me? I want to know more. I want to see where we at. And maybe we'll learn something that we don't know about. You get me, bruv? And if one thing I will say, and this is very, very important-ish, that you might not know, I guess, because you probably don't follow all the games. Ashes of Creation Phase 3 has launched. Yes. So if you do have access to Ashes of Creation, you can jump into Phase 3. Plenty of... they added new races, new classes, new zones... new mechanics, like, dude, there's this, it's like new game, okay? So I'd be very willing to explore that with you, if you are willing to explore it with me. How do you feel about that, chat? Is we good? Or do you just want to play WoW? That's, like, you know what I mean? Like, it depends on you, a little bit. Tiny, like, you know, half of that is you, half of that is me, you get me? And, but yeah, you have to let me know, what about Ashes of Creation? I am quite tempted, to be honest, about Ashes of Creation. Yeah, I don't know if there's like a... Yeah, so there are videos that sum up the Phase 3. I can actually, you know what, I will just add it. This is from 11 hours ago, holy shit. Yeah, I will add it to watch later, and then maybe we can dive into it, right? That's how it goes, that's how we roll. But yeah, dude, yesterday I logged into World of Warcraft, I had fun, I did some delves. I did some quests, and one thing, Desolation, this is maybe something you can help me with, because you're obviously a big WoW player, the biggest of them all. I actually don't have the main story quest on my character anymore. And I would think that there's more to do. So let me give you a little bit of context. You get me, bro? When the War Within launched, right? I went hard in and did the lore. Entire lore that the expansion had to offer. I hit like level 74 by the time I was done with lore, I think. Ish. And I logged out, right? So that was 1 year ago. And ever since then, they obviously added a few patches, major patches with new content, new shit, new lore. But I don't seem to be able to find it, or it's not being suggested to me. So I was wondering if there is the lore itself is it's kind of like the campaign that introduced me to the War Within that I did back in the day is just a one thing that you do, and now you explore every zone separately that has a lore of its own. I don't know. I would think there is some kind of overarching theme that leads to Harbinger and the latest boss, the Keshalashalasha, of course. So, I don't know. In any case, before we go big dick, I'll drink to that. Can we drink to that, chat? There we go. Cheers. Kampai. Oh, dude. I'm getting chills, man. Shit, delicious. Oh, like, yeah, dude, coffee is the thing. Absolutely. Okay. Now, if you look in... That was very Scottish. No. Oh, no, that was maybe Irish. No. I don't know. Anyway, now we have plenty of videos to watch. However, the first video I want to watch is this one. The death of the Warcraft look. People have been teasing me about this for a really long time. Well, 3 days. And they watched it. I haven't because I really wanted to hold on to it to watch it together. You get me, bro? So wait, this is my Discord. Let me shut down Discord because it's leaking to you and it must be fucking annoying. Okay. Now, death of the Warcraft look. Chat, here we go.
Expansion trailer for World of
Okay.
Warcraft. The biggest source of the controversy.
Chill. Wait. From the beginning. Wait. Beginning. Quality. Because to give you shit quality. Okay, thank you. We chat ready? I think we're ready, right? So, the death of the Warcraft look. Here we go.
There's currently quite a bit of controversy surrounding the Midnight expansion trailer for World of Warcraft. The biggest source of the controversy surrounds the look of the elf characters in the trailer, but more specifically, this character here called Liadrin.
Yeah, I wonder what she's gonna say, by the way, but Eon, the director of the game of World of Warcraft, right? He put forward a statement why they've done it. Where the shift comes from. At least we got some idea where they're coming from with all of that, right?
Recently did a video on beauty standards in Azeroth, which is a deep dive into the look of each of the races, what made them special in their creation, and what were the inspirations and the specific look that had us all hooked on the universe in Warcraft to begin with. Please do check it out if you're interested, but one of the main comments that I'm getting on that video is that the timing for its release was crazy because I dropped it just in the heat of all of the controversy. Totally unplanned, by the way. I don't follow any retail WoW news anymore, so I wasn't even aware that this trailer was dropping this month. And at that point, I'd already been working on the video for about 2 weeks. It was already done almost in editing, so I couldn't really add anything from the trailer, though I think it would have been very interesting. Now, I made a post to briefly recap my thoughts on the trailer because a lot of you guys were asking what I thought about it, but I feel that I really want to say more, which is why I'm making this video, which is not really...
Guys, before she goes into the detail, what do you think about this entire change in the way Liadrin looks and what was his name? The king of... Fuck. The other guy with one eye. I can't remember his name. Escaped me completely. Yeah, but in any case, do you guys... Have you watched Rings of Power? Do you remember what elves look like in there? And now compare those elves to Tolkien's elves. Do you see where I'm going with this? Like the similarity of the enshittification kind of thing. Yeah, it's pretty much the same trend, man. Just stick to the vision. I don't know.
Typical timing for a video on this channel, but whatever. My honest opinion on the trailer is that this was the final nail in the coffin for that Warcraft look that we all knew and loved. And that is my biggest issue with it. And I know that the current narrative that has people so riled up about this is the fact that she looks very masculine and ugly, but I want to be objective here, and I think it's important to be fair where it's necessary to be fair, so that's why I'm going to address that first. Yes, she definitely has a more masculine look to her. It's undeniable. Again, I don't follow retail WoW, I don't know this character well. When I first saw her, I actually had to do a double take because I did think that that was a male character. But when you really look at her, I personally don't think she's that ugly. It is more of a masculine appearance, sure.
I don't care. For me, it's one of the shittiest cinematics Blizzard made. Is it really? Okay. Sure. I don't know. I didn't like the War Within cinematic. The War Within reveal cinematic. It was, yeah, very soft and plushy and touchy, and that's not how I see WoW. At least in this one, we had some kind of war, rage, conflict, big dick situation. Also, I don't think the quality is any worse than it was before. Actually, the quality is the execution of it is quite good. All the, you know, this has also Disney vibes. Yeah, kind of does. I see that. Yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah. It's. I don't think she's gonna say it because she said she's not following the retail news, and I am. Even though I'm not really. Well, I mean, I hadn't been playing game until a couple of days ago when I subbed, and I still follow the retail news because I just love the game, and so I want to know where it's headed. And Ian, who commented on the look of Lady Liadrin, he said they made her that way because they needed to express more emotions than a perfected look allows for. I'm paraphrasing. That's not exactly what he said. But the bottom line is that when you have a perfect elf, like the one that they are comparing Lady Liadrin to from TBC, you can't allow yourself for expressing a wide range of emotions because that character is very stiff, very smooth, perfected, and her eyes are glowing, and we read plenty of emotions from the eyes. That's what that is where he's coming from. I don't know when I think about Lord of the Rings from 2001 and all those beautiful elves, Elrond and Galadriel, right? Like, dude, they were mad, they were happy, they were disappointed. I know exactly the moments in the movie when those things happened. No problem at all. And of course, these were actors, okay? We are now talking about the in-game cinematic. But, I mean, dude, Toy Story or any of those Pixar movies, they are basically circles moving around on the screen, okay? They are so polished, so crease-free that they can still convey basic emotions, no problem. I don't know. Yeah, it's just... I'm trying to really understand what we are mad about. You know? Are we mad that she doesn't meet the sort of elvish beauty standards? Or are we mad because she no longer looks like the character that we once knew? Or like, what are we mad at? You know what I mean? Because I think if we get to the bottom of that, then we can be a little bit more constructive with our criticism. When I first watched this, I didn't even pay attention to the way she looked. I was like immediately, okay, that's, it's a she elf. She's praying, and now she needs to go and fight because praying's not helping. It didn't even cross my mind that there's something to talk about in here until like the internet brought it up. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, she does look masculine. Just like objectively, when you look at the characters, just like Angelica said here, yeah, she does look masculine. She looks different when you compare, because I didn't have that comparison. She does look, but you know what I mean? Like, is that really bad? I don't know. Express emotions means making her a chiseled child. Yeah, no, that's probably not. That wasn't necessary. True. Fuck that is uglification. Yeah, I think we are used to elves being those extremely perfect. Well, perfect is already extreme. Those perfect creatures who just are beautiful across the board. Like, there's no one living, no one mortal that comes close to the beauty of an elf. That is my idea of an elf from all the books I read. Like, any games, anything like that, elves were always slim, tall, beautiful, usually blonde, and yeah, like these were the elves, right? And this just doesn't match what I have in mind. And maybe hence I'm like, oh, okay, that's something different. Yeah. Near you, I bought Midnight, starting quest for War Within, and there was a reminder movie in Siltus from Thrall. Escape. Okay, I can tell you. I can tell you. No, I can actually. I think I can reenact the cinematic for you if you haven't watched it. So War Within cinematic looks like this. Aha! It hurts. It's gonna be okay. Really? Yes. Let's go. That's pretty much the cinematic. Yes. Very nice, very good qualities. Yes. I didn't get there yet. You don't have to. That's it. Yeah. Elder Scrolls elves are ugly knife beard bastards. Holy shit! I mean, look. If you zoom out, elf doesn't exist. Can we just quickly take that as a fact? Elves don't exist in real life. Okay. So they are open to the interpretation by the author. In other words, author can do whatever the fuck he wants with the elves. It's not illegal, okay? It's fine. But I'm just saying that people come with expectations that have been implanted over the years. This is what an elf is. This is like when you think dwarf, right? When you think dwarf, you're not thinking a 2-meter tall guy, right? Beautiful, clean, shaved. No, you're thinking about this midget. Okay, beard down to his knees, weird Scottish accent, with an axe, riding a pig. This is dwarf, you know what I mean? Sure, you can make dwarves into fucking lizards if you'd like, as an author. But people will be like, what? You get me? Yeah. Oh, I see. You meant to remind me what happened till now. So, you like the idea that game brought you up to speed. That's very nice, yes. We used YouTube for it, but sure. Elves are ancient Nordic mythology. What are they portrayed like in the mythology? I never actually read Nordic mythology. My partner did. She loves Vikings, Nordic shit, like all the. She'd be on it like Carbona. Do you get me, Bip? Yeah. So could be interesting. Could be an interesting read. In Poland, when they teach us about mythology, we go about a Greek mythology, Roman mythology. And frankly, they're okay. I mean, they're okay, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I would love to read about Nordic mythology instead, for sure, in school. Yeah, about Odin, Loki, dude. That's big dick situation.
And one that, again, I personally don't think would have drawn too much attention if it was a human female, for example. I also think that the fact that the hair is so slicked back doesn't really help her, which is weird that they decided to go with that, since all in-game depictions of this character have this sort of a fringe going over her face.
Yeah, you see, so this is probably both here, the middle one and the left one, they are much closer to what we imagine an elf to be. I mean, they even set example in the game. This is what this character looks like. So all they had to do is to, like, extrapolate that into the cinematic, and something just happened on the way. I'm not sure. Like, yeah, like, who made that decision?
It seems like a sort of a signature thing for this particular character. Again, really weird that they didn't include it, but whatever. All in all, it's a very different kind of beauty. This whole thing reminded me of the somewhat recent Witcher 4 trailer controversy.
And by the way, a different kind of beauty, she said. I will clarify that in case this wasn't clear. I'm not saying she's ugly. I'm not saying there's something wrong with the model, as in the actual art. Right, like the execution of it is brilliant. Like all the lighting, dialogue, face expression, everything is perfect. But what I'm saying is that people came in with expectations of their beloved character from 2009, and they met with this. Okay, it's like Snape being black. It's that kind of wake up, right? Like, it just, sure, Snape can be any color. It doesn't matter. But, like, people in the world, like they have expectations towards the character. And so people have the same expectations about Lady Liadrin, because they grew up with that character for fucking 20 years. And now it's all of a sudden, you know, something not they identify with at all. Yeah. I know what happened. Destruction Elf's identity, DEI. How long were you thinking about that? That's very smart. Destruction Elf's identity, DEI. Very good. Thank you.
Where a lot of people were saying that Ciri looked really ugly. And look, you guys that know me know that I'm one of the first people to call that kind of a thing out. But again, being fair, I don't think that Ciri's that ugly in that trailer.
Yeah, me neither.
In fact, I don't think she's ugly at all. She's clearly meant to be a lot older and more...
Yeah, I really like the way Ciri looks. I watched that trailer from that reveal kind of thing, where she goes into the forest to fight the monster and help that little girl. I watched that about 4 times now. I really like her. Like, I genuinely like that character. I think she's beautiful in a way. Yeah. I think the people that had issue with her was about her nose. But, like, I mean, look at it. Like, she's beautiful. Yeah.
Nope, but all in all, the trailer was really pretty. I thought that it was super atmospheric, and again, her look really
This isn't
suits
Ciri.
the atmosphere and just the character. So I do think that calling her ugly was unfair.
Isn't Snape now black in the HBO series, in Netflix series? So Harry Potter, they started Harry Potter series on Netflix. They started shooting it, and they signed 10 seasons, I think, or they're hoping for 10 seasons. And yes, that's exactly what I was referring to. Snape is black in Harry Potter series. Yes. And that screenshot, yes, but people did a proper analysis, and they did change her a lot, like jawbone change. But was that because of the quality of the model, maybe? Like, I don't know, upgrade an engine, or just... Yeah. And what did they... What are you comparing that to when Ciri was just a kid in Witcher 3? Like, what's the point of reference, really? So because if you want to notice a change, you need to compare it to something, right? I think they just used different model in a movie than in a game afterwards as well. Okay. Okay. I mean, the movie was it wasn't CGI, right? So the beauty standards don't necessarily translate very well. But yeah, anyway, yeah, I think Siri was absolutely fine.
But why does this sort of thing happen in the first place? The reason that people are so quick to have such negative reactions to stuff that really isn't that deep a lot of the time is just because we're tired. With the recent concordification of a big part of the gaming industry, a lot of people have just come to expect the worst, and now we're dealing with knee-jerk reactions in places where perhaps with a little more thought and analysis, things aren't quite what you initially think. This of course causes war and drama online, but I do think that it is important to take a step back and really analyze some things. Back to Liadrin from the Midnight trailer. If, again, she was a human or an orc or a dwarf, I actually would not see this as that big of a deal. Just a more masculine looking woman where it kind of permits you to have that. But we are talking about blood elves. Going all the way back to their roots, not even TBC, but what...
They knew it back in 98, dude. They knew exactly what to do, man. Look. Yeah, no problem. And now, what is this? So there was that short movie. People complained how Siri looked. Red said nothing changed, and then in the game, she changed again. Oh, I didn't know about that. Hey, 98. The game is from 2002. You 4 years difference. What is this? Check Discord. I got it turned off because you are spamming too much. Okay, I see. Okay. Okay, cool. I did. How do you know that off top of your head? Because I was kind of guessing, dude.
We saw in Warcraft 3.
How do you just know it?
They had this very elegant, sharp kind of look to them. The female high elves were these hyper feminine beings, and despite the graphical limitations of the time, that's sort of what they radiated already. And even the male high elves, they were on the more feminine side, especially when compared to the rest of the male characters in the game.
Is it only me, or the blue costume on a blood elf looks weird? Or yeah, or on an elf. I don't know, just overall elf even. I know when I think blue, I think humans immediately. I was a hardcore Warcraft 3 player, best RTS ever made emo. Shit! Dude, this is actually really cool. I didn't know that about you. Did you actually take part in any kind of tournaments, etc., or was it just in the cave, in the basement of your mom's house and shit? Yeah. How did you come up to? How did you get into Warcraft 3? How did you come by it?
This is something that is
because many people played RTSs back in the day, like Command and Conquer, of course, right? Like even StarCraft. There was like a wave of RTSs back in the day, alongside Warcraft 3 success. So I was wondering, how did you end up playing that one?
Special about their race, it's a racial trait, and it's something that was then heavily expanded on in the MMO that followed. Now, before TBC, we did see high elves in vanilla World of Warcraft. They perhaps weren't as special here because there was little difference between them and the Night Elves.
Speaking
their hair,
of the jaw,
their animations, even their voices were the same as the existing Night Elves. So in TBC, they really overhauled that Blood Elf look.
Yeah.
And I think that they did a superb job.
Yeah, so this is the Blood Elf everyone has in their mind when they think about a Blood Elf. Why do you think? So let me make this, like, why do you think I play a Blood Elf? Because they're fucking beautiful, man. They're so good. They're not your typical brute. but there's something about them that scratches my itch. You get me?
The Blood Elves as presented in TBC were finally unique in that you wouldn't ever mistake them.
Bro, I remember watching that in game as a cinematic. It's so good. Fuck me. Right when I bought the Burning Crusade.
For a Night Elf, and they retained the essence and beauty as we'd seen it in Warcraft 3, but they made it something really special and addictive. For years, Blood Elves have been a favorite when it came to what race players chose. This was apparent through player senses, and of course through actually just playing the game and seeing Blood Elves running around all over the place.
Yeah.
It was clear that something special was created here, and for how simple it seems, it was actually really its own unique and really beautiful thing. And here's one thing that I think is never talked about, and I will say, as far as I know, this only really applies to the English version of the game, but the voices. The Blood Elves weren't these soft boys and girls on the inside. Despite their feminine and delicate appearance, both the male and the female characters had a sort of a commanding tone of voice.
True.
There was a strength that came from within, and again, what made Blood Elves so special is that they could look like this, but they could also put you in your place, and you would say, yes ma'am. The female Blood Elves did not need a more masculine appearance to project this authority and confidence.
Oh, by the way, can I just announce something very quickly? This is like a random bombshell. I'm switching to Alliance. Okay, thank you.
You can look like this and still hold your own, like that shouldn't be a problem. They were also an interesting contrast to the Night Elves then, because despite them being perhaps even more girly than the Night Elves, the latter had these really breathy and sultry voices, and then the Blood Elves could confidently bark orders at you and make you say sorry afterwards. My main point here is that they already had this sort of a warrior strength within them without there being a need to change their appearance to reflect that. My impression of Blood Elves as a race was that their confidence and strength makes them one of the tallest races in that regard, without necessarily looking like the traditional seasoned warriors that have been through a lot.
Sure, I mean, dude, Blood Elves, like Highborn or Blood Elves, they are powered with Sunwell energy or Fel energy, depending on when and where. But they are not like, they're not your average human, okay? They are big PP situation characters, really, and I really like that vibe about them, that they are this kind of mythical, in a way, race that behaves just like humans, but expects a little bit more from themselves. Like, they hold themselves to higher standards, and they hide that monster inside of them, and only let it out when it's needed. Like, it's like that kind of routine, that resilience, and maybe discipline is what really, what makes me attracted to Blood Elves as a player. Really, it's just, there's something about them, dude. Really cool. Yeah.
Beauty that perseveres despite all that they've been through is a racial trait, and it's been that way for years. In my opinion, it should have been respected.
Yeah, I mean, Lich King just wiped a floor with them, right? They've been through hell in the history.
Elf is a very specific example that of course was going to cause a lot of controversy here, but I can imagine if they took like a gnome female and they gave her like a very pronounced square jaw, I would probably take issue with that as well, because that's totally uncharacteristic of gnomes. There are already enough races in WoW, especially in retail WoW, that would fit into that kind of an appearance nicely, but they took Blood Elves. And this brings me to the overall Warcraft look being lost issue. I've said this in my post, but if I didn't know going into this that I was going to be watching a World of Warcraft trailer, I would never tell you that that elf is from WoW. To me, it's just that generic fantasy look that lacks any real personality or flair, and these are like the live, love, laugh of elves and elven looks. Like,
I don't know. Like, I don't know if that's true. So, I mean, if we compare the style of those cinematics from BFA or TBC or anything, they all look distinct. That's just the way they are. I don't know that anything particular has changed. Obviously, apart from the fucking Lady Liadrin, right? But like the quality of them, that artistic style is pretty much consistent across the board, right? I don't know. RTS was huge in Germany, and everybody talked about Warcraft 3 in school back in the day. Blizzard plus RTS was instantly a classic pre-20. Oh, I didn't know actually. Some of my friends did play Warcraft 3 in high school or even in. Yeah, I think even in junior high school. I was just trying to figure out where we are on the timeline. I did play it. I never completed it, and not even a single campaign. If I played Warcraft 3, it was your typical like match, right? One versus the other, and the campaign never stuck with me, and I kind of just got pulled into the real thing, the World of Warcraft. I think, oh, maybe that was it. Maybe I got into Warcraft 3 too late, and World of Warcraft was already getting my attention, and I just switched to the real thing. Yeah, to the good stuff. You get me?
But as someone in my comments pointed out, it has more of a Raid Shadow Legends look to it than World of Warcraft. Everything has its particular look. A band has its sound, an artist has their style, a director can be found in their film without you knowing straight
This is a
away
great movie, dude, by the way. Do watch Budapest Hotel. It's so fucking good. It's the weirdest movie you will ever see, but it's probably the best you will ever see as well. So good.
That director's film. Something that you'll see and straight away it'll make you go, oh yeah, that's a Tarantino film. Just like that, Warcraft had its look. Let's go back for a moment to classic WoW even.
Okay, good. She's comparing. Okay, good. Let's go.
You can immediately tell that that's World of Warcraft.
Yeah, but this is in-game.
You straight away knew that this is WoW. Here are some boxes. Here's grass. Here's an egg. A book. With these, if you've ever played WoW, there's probably no doubt
this
that
is
you
WoW
recognize
instantly.
all the items straight away.
Of course.
And I know that these are small things, but when some random grass or an egg looks more like World of Warcraft than a character that's supposed to be really important in the lore, you know you're in trouble. And I know some of you might say to me that it is not fair to compare actual in-game.
If I showed you this, I don't know. If I showed you this, is this World of Warcraft? I think it is, right? Actually, you know what? Let me, let's do this. I will quickly hop down before we continue. I want to take a look. Come on, let's go, because the artifacts that she showed were clearly from WoW Classic, right? Like, obviously, these items were designed 20 years ago. What I want to have a look is the latest content. Like, literally brand new shit. Let's go to Dornogal. There we go. Big PP situation. Okay, and let's go into one of the buildings and see about the items on the shelves. Come on. I genuinely don't think WoW has lost its artistic value, style. It just kind of evolved. All right, let's take a look. So here we are. This is a chair. I could immediately tell you this is World of Warcraft by looking at this chair. I have absolutely no doubt in my mind about this. The texture is of a higher quality than a book from Westfall Shed. Okay. But still, let's carry on. Where is them buildings at, dude? I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere. Okay, let's take a look at the nature, maybe. To me, this is World of Warcraft. Maybe, by the way, this could be that because Angelica said she hasn't played WoW Retail. She's not interested in WoW Retail. And maybe I'm already, like, maybe my brain has already, like, modified association memory of what the World of Warcraft graphics is. And to me, like, if you showed me any kind of screenshot, like, this is of course World of Warcraft. It looks so much like WoW. It's insane. But let's see what she says next. But yeah, I just wanted to point out that, those items in here, they are still in the game. Those boxes, that stone, the patch of grass, and this book, they are still in the game in 2025, but they've upgraded textured, but it doesn't mean they've lost the character. Like, seriously, I mean, just look. I mean, of course I'm playing World of Warcraft now. I don't have to tell you that. No one in the right mind will ever question what game that is, based on what you're seeing right now. Look at this little bitch here, by the way. Bitch. Eat him. Come on, Patrick, eat him. I brought you food. No? Well, vegans will be mad. It's gone to waste now. Come on, Patrick. It's dead. Come on, eat it. That's not how I trained him, I promise. Okay. Yeah, there we go. WoW GeoGuessr. Oh, dude, I would be... If you quizzed me with TBC, Wrath of the Lich King, I would stand a chance, probably. And Classic, of course, the Azeroth. But other than that, I would suck a dick. Yeah. RTS was huge in Germany, and everybody talked about it. Oh yeah, I read it. Sorry, I read it already. Yeah. Okay, good. Let's go back to the video.
That you recognized all the items straight away. And I know that these are small things, but when some random grass or an egg looks more like World of Warcraft than a character that's supposed to be really important in the lore, you know you're in trouble. And I know some of you might say to me that it is not fair to compare actual in-game items to a CGI trailer. Fair. But with the CGI trailer, we're not looking at an ear or some specific isolated item. We have a whole picture that still failed to capture the essence of Warcraft. I don't recognize Warcraft in hardly any of it. And you compare the earlier trailers, say up to Wrath of the Lich King, to cinematics from Warcraft 3. They worked that Warcraft look into those cinematics so well that you as the player could feel
they
the
look the same, dude.
continuation of the world, with enough of the familiar elements from Warcraft to get you interested, and a lot of new things to make you excited and fall in love with the next chapter of the story. There are a lot of things in retail.
I don't know, dude. Like, is it just me, or are we like doing some kind of mental gymnastics in here? There is a GeoGuessr for Azeroth. Maybe you should try it. Holy shit! Hey, really? WoW GeoGuessr. Dalaran Orgrimmar something. Okay, very good. Yes. I would lose retail so badly. We'll do that after the video. Ryokon made the Cox be of you my favorite bip. What's up, my man? You get me, bruv. You beep. How you doing? Hey, we just chilling. We're watching the Death of Warcraft look, and I'm trying to understand if we're not doing some kind of mental gymnastics to prove the point. Like, you know what I mean? So. Fuck, I don't know. Like, let's go to BFA cinema. No, this is the... Actually, BFA is not that bad. It's fine. Oh, yes, good. You get me, bruv. So this is the cinematic that we have from BFA, right? This is... I remember having shivers when this happened. I was watching that. Fuck, man. I literally got chills. It was... Watch this shit again. She's mad as fuck. You get me, bruv. This is so fucking good. Of course, shame that Battle for Azeroth didn't deliver on the quality as just like cinematic, but still, this was very good. In any case, we are arguing the Warcraft look in the cinematic. Now, take away Sylvanas, Torrents, which are obvious signs for what we are watching. I really don't think, artistically, style-wise, this is any different to what we have from Midnight. Like it is your typical Blizzard. I mean, look, this scene, this here, right? Let me try to find a frame that isn't blurred, if it's possible. Fuck, it's always gonna be blurry. So this, if you look at this shit, right? To me, this could be fucking Throne and Liberty, dude. Yeah, it might as well be a beautiful boy in Throne and Liberty. You need to check old Blizzard Pred 26. Like, okay. Well, I'm not gonna go for Wrath of the Lich King, which is obviously the best. Let me go for maybe Warlords of Draenor. Let's take a look.
Drink, Hellscream. Claim your destiny.
So good. So fucking good, man.
Be conqueror.
I was so glad to be alive at this time in my life. Or something like this. You get me? That was very deep. It's just so good to experience this, man. With everyone else when that was going live. So amazing.
Then what, Gul'dan, must we give in return?
Everything.
Everything.
Kurva! The cinematic is so badass. We're not gonna watch the whole thing. It's so fucking good. But now we're talking again about that art style. Let me pull up what we have now. WoW Midnight cinematic, right? Let me see. We're experiencing the interruption in YouTube because we're blocking ads, by the way. That's basically... this is what's happening. All right. We want to see... I don't know. Let's see this. So we're going to pull this up here. We're going to pull this one here. Dude, is it really that different? Like, just look at the style of it. I don't know. Like, I honestly... maybe they changed, like, the source of lighting or some shit, right? Like, maybe they made it a little bit more contrast heavy or something. I don't know, like... But to my naked eye, honestly, it looks like they have been consistent with the style. It's a different studio. Okay, sure, but I mean, I'm just going on the back of the point in this video, right? That the cinematics no longer look like WoW. And what I'm saying is, to me, they always look the same. And I've always liked them. Sure, the merit may be gone. The design choices around characters might be off. Like in this example here. I didn't complain all okay. Fuck. You tell Drasil. But you didn't complain because it was fucking drama, man. It was like this was like such a big moment in lore. Ja pierdolę. That is literally when Sylvanas crossed the line. That was the... There was no point, there was no return beyond this point for her. That's why the cinematic is so powerful. Oh wait, this is yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot it's in a different art style. Fuck. Hey, we got Shadowlands here. Yeah, no, that... I'm sorry, it's just... It's fucking the same, man. Oh, actually, but this is a very good moment. Wait. We can actually compare Lich King. Dude. So, Votelke cinematic. Let's go. we can actually compare the same character, because until this point we couldn't. Let me see. So Wrath of the Lich King, the colors are a bit more saturated, of course. There's a little bit more of, I guess, I don't know what you call it, fog, or some kind of thing coming out of his eyes. Let me move it a little bit. Can we get a close up? There will be face reveal, right? Wait, 1 second. No, I don't think we get to look into. Oh, there it is. Look. This is as close as we can get to comparing anything. So this cinematic is from a couple of years ago. And this one is from, well, 15, 16 years ago. I don't know. To me, both look like World of Warcraft. I'm sorry. I just can't, like, it is what... Yeah, maybe I got wooden eyes or some shit, okay? I don't know. Maybe I need stronger glasses. Not sure. But to me, they pretty much look the same. I can tell the difference in, you know, in the level of shadows and the level of highlights and, of course, different eye color, right? But other than that, to me, this is same company. Same game. I don't know.
WoW that, despite actually being really beautiful, are just too far removed from that Warcraft look. And I want to make it clear here, I'm not saying that this is a poorly made cinematic, so I have seen that people are actually throwing hate towards the guy that worked on it. Obviously he's trying to defend his work because he worked on it quite a lot, he worked hard, and he's proud of it. But in terms of the look of the character...
Yeah, just because you worked on it doesn't mean it's good, right? Like, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I don't buy into... When I criticize anything, by the way, this is very important for people who are maybe not aware that they do it, and maybe this will kind of light the bulb. When you criticize someone's work, it's very... And also on the both sides of the discussion, when you are the artist and when you are the receiver of that art... When you criticize the thing, it's very important to detach idea from its owner. So it doesn't get personal. There's no reason to be hateful towards a person who made it. Be hateful towards the thing and limit your arguments to the thing, okay? So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. That was like a beside the point. I noticed people getting mad at. I've worked with designers for a little while, and I often see how designers take clients' feedback very personally. But that's because they can't detach themselves from the work that they do. They can't detach themselves from the idea of the work, so they feel like they're being attacked personally, and that's never the case, pretty much. On the internet, it might be a little different situation. So we have, congrats, it's trash. Can you, for the love of God, make females not ugly? Is it that hard? Artistically beautiful, amazing job. A few things I wasn't happy about. Lothamar's weak aura and Liadrin's new model. I don't think this is how you spell his name. I'm not so sure. Why didn't you follow the concept art and instead make man jaw on all the female elves? Yeah. By the way, the discourse goes both ways. I mean, just because you work on it, it doesn't mean it's protected from criticism, right? So again, always talk about the idea, not the people who made it.
He worked on it quite a lot, he worked hard, and he's proud of it. But in terms of the look of the character, you need to understand that he was most likely just told what this needs to look like. A person in a suit came into a room, probably didn't even meet this artist directly, ever, and just said, yeah, that's the decision we're making. He did his best with...
I don't think so. I really don't think so. Just because the people in suit that she's mentioning is Microsoft. Look, maybe I'm on copium, okay? But I really still think Blizzard treats World of Warcraft as it's kind of like a baby. Like, they still have some passion left for the product, especially people on the ground, right? They are a creative studio making a game and entertainment. They are there for fun, right? And they live and breathe intangible metrics. Okay? But Microsoft, who now owns Blizzard, now that's a different story. That is a corpo who runs on KPIs. This is key performance indicators. And those people can come into Blizzard and tell them to do X, Y, and Z. But I don't think that people at Microsoft are art aware enough to come into the room and tell them to make Elf a little bit more male. I just don't think that's true. Like, the chain of reaction just stops way earlier than that. It's literally probably Microsoft suit people coming to Ion, director of World of Warcraft, and telling him, look, we need cinematic that doesn't, I guess, offend anyone or something like that, right? And then it's on Ion to execute it in a way that is good for players and good for Microsoft. I don't think they were discussing such a tiny, small decisions in terms of artistic style, artistic direction with Microsoft at all. It was still, yeah, I don't think that would be them coming into the picture and telling them how Lady Liadrin. They don't give a fuck about Lady Liadrin. They want money. So yeah, I don't think that's a way to defend it.
What he had to do, his job. And by the way, he is really talented. Like, for example, with all the beef that I have with Diablo 4, I thought their cinematics were amazing. They went so hard. He worked on those. So clearly this is a passionate person that's good at what he does.
Yeah.
But this new direction isn't just one artist's decision. And I know how this sort of thing works because I've worked in a big company before. Not Blizzard. But I understand that despite your personal feelings, sometimes someone in a suit says that something's gonna be a certain way, and you just have to deal with it. You want a job? You want to feed your kids? Then shut up and do your job. And all that said, this is why I don't play retail WoW. You know, after all these years of playing World of Warcraft, I finally realized that I don't play WoW because I love MMOs. I've tried so many MMOs and I could never stick with any of them. I played WoW because I fell in love with that vision that the original artists had for World of Warcraft. It has been so deeply fascinating to me from a young age, and it's definitely shaped my personality and my taste for games and art.
Did you guys see how she fell off the roof? What a random thing to include in the video. Look.
From a young age.
Right here.
It's definitely shaped my personality and my taste for games and art in general. This trailer has definitely polarized the community, with one side blindly defending it and the other hating on it, but maybe not fully explaining why. Which is the main reason that I made this video. I kind of wanted to get this perspective out there. First of all, for the people who are offended by those who criticize it, people that don't understand why it's getting criticized. I don't think it's right to just tell people to shut up. But also this is for the people that are criticizing it to make sure that we're still staying objective with this sort of thing and we actually understand what our issue is with this whole thing. So that we're not fighting a war for the sake of fighting a war. Games are art. Art exists partly to spark discussion, and people are allowed to criticize it for how it looks. Absolutely. What people perceive as ugly or beautiful will always vary across the board. I don't see her as particularly ugly, in my opinion, but some people in the comments might, and that's fine. I don't like seeing things like this get valid criticism and then somebody out there throwing a buzzword like incel. I feel like that just trivializes the term, and trust me, as a woman who makes content online, I know what an incel is. That is not a person who criticizes a character for having an uncharacteristic masculine appearance in a game trailer. Both sides need to be reasonable here. And yeah, that's kind of my take on the whole situation. I just kind of quickly put my thoughts together for this one. Do make sure to check out that video that I mentioned about the beauty standards in Azeroth to kind of get the full context. Yeah, that's a good video too. My side of things. By the way. But yeah, that's about it for today. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. As always, big shout out to my channel members. Thank you guys so much. And I'll see you all in the next video. Be seeing you. Bye. Yeah, that was a good video. Really good video. Thanks. Yeah, I'm watching pretty much all of her videos. Really cool. Yeah, I watched the one about the fashion. What do you guys think? Because I feel like this discussion is... It's like... How to say this?
it's like the tip of the iceberg. I really don't think the issue we are discussing here is Lady Liadrin. I think it extends way beyond it, and Lady Liadrin is just an outlet to let that rage out. About everything that we know about Blizzard, everything that they've done to the game, all of that crap, and this is just... You know how people hate on things and on people? And they only look for a reason to do that? Like, whatever happened, they will use that as an ammunition to hate on that person or on that thing because, well, it's an ammunition that they can finally shoot and aim, okay? And so I think this cinematic... It, like, if you... I come to World of Warcraft retail now, okay? Having... I don't know, I want to say 10 years break, but I did play a little bit in Battle for Azeroth, and then I played a little bit of War Within and Dragonflight as well. So I was on and off, but I only truly devoted huge portion of my time and actually wanted to log in Legion. That was the last time I felt like any emotional connection to the game. So, as a person who is so detached from the game, after logging in after 10 years, I don't carry that luggage of disappointment as probably other people do who play the game constantly. I am a bit lighter, if that makes sense. Like, I don't have that chip on my shoulder because I wasn't there to witness the game to essentially fall apart. I'm looking at WoW right now on the face value because I don't have that history with the game. Well, at least not until 10 years ago. So maybe that's why I have a little bit more fresh and objective look at things. Because when you are hurt, when your favorite game gets just kind of tarnished, that becomes personal, and I don't have that, right? So, looking at this situation from my perspective, the issue at hand, the cinematic, I don't think it's a biggie. It really, I mean, it's just, yeah. It is what it is. Yes, she looks a little bit masculine, okay. She has chiseled jaw, sure. But, yeah. It's not that the game is trash now. Okay, it's just... I don't know. Khadgar in a wheelchair is the real problem. Mighty Mage now crippled for life. Dude, I can't understand the thinking behind it. I really can't. Where's the scene? Khadgar Harbinger fight. It was then, right, when he became a cripple. Yeah, I think this is the one.
By the killing.
Yeah, this is, dude, this is the last time he walked.
I'll put it to much better
Look.
use.
Oh, wait. Wait, is it? No, where is this? Oh, maybe it was... That's when he got wrecked. And then he got resurrected, right? Trying to... No, this is not it, I think. No, this is something else. I can't find it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, still, I can't understand the reasoning behind Khadgar being in a wheelchair. It's just beyond me as fuck. Anyway, so we watched this, and thank you very much. That was a great video. I really like that. I don't care about this. I don't care about this. I wanted to know more a little bit about features of Midnight. So now, chat, we all know, we all seen it with our own eyes, how Midnight was communicated. How badly the press release was. It was so defragmented. You had to... There was honestly no place that you could go to and just find all the info you need about WoW Midnight. So the common thread on Twitter, on X, sorry, is that WoW Midnight, yes, but never release it, never reveal a new expansion on Gamescom. Because it was so bad. Dude, you had to scrap for details in YouTube Shorts. There are literally videos being pulled down from YouTube because they were like incorrect, irrelevant, spread misinformation. Dude, crazy stuff. Okay, and Blizzard and Belular, he essentially collected all that information for us in a single video because what the fuck? It was so bad. There's no... Yeah, crazy. Crazy. Trust me, bro. So, here it is. Okay, back, stupid dailies. Fuck them. Yes, you tell them. You know what? Don't show up. You're a free person. Don't do it. Yes, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Just don't show up. Okay, let's go.
Alright everyone, we've had a deluge of stuff from Midnight's first wave of press, and here's the strange part. Blizzard's own sources have actually been wrong about the contents of their own expansion. We've seen...
Yes, yeah. I mean, you are making a product, and you don't know what you're making. This is the message. They made WoW Midnight, but what they talked about was wrong about WoW Midnight. How does that happen? Oh, I know why. When you fire 9,000 people, including social media and marketing teams. Yes. And you outsource those to India. Yes, this is... Oh, chat, there you go. We figured it out. No problem. There you go. That's why. Don't do that, chat.
Awfully written blog posts, a completely fractured media presence, and the likes of dev panels not be streamed and then be uploaded with absolutely awful audio. You know, it's almost as if their internal social media, marketing, and publishing teams were completely gutted. So yes, it's been an embarrassment, but the info is out there. We've been able to validate everything we can. So today, I'll fix the problem for you. Here is everything that's coming in Midnight.
And frankly, yesterday in Discord, someone asked me, what, beside the housing system in WoW Midnight, right? What made you come back to WoW? And I realized how little people know about Midnight, about the expansion for the way it was because of the way it was introduced. So that guy who pinged me the question, he was very out of the loop with WoW, and he just wanted to, you know, catch up. What's that special about WoW Midnight? Because I came back and I'm just, you know, taking a look. All that Midnight is known for is WoW housing. It is the housing system. I can promise you there's more to this expansion. But just no one knows what that is. You get me, bruv? Yeah.
Okay, we've got a new feature coming called Prey, and it matters because WoW's open world gameplay hasn't foundationally changed since Legion, which was 9 years ago. That's when we got world quests, but now they're kind of stale. So Blizzard adding in a new challenge called Prey, and Prey...
Is it just me, or every time I hear the word quest, I want Alt F4. Like, I'm so fed up with World Quest. The only thing they remind me of is fucking endless grind with no point, no direction, no sense of achievement. And you know what rubbed me the wrong way? Is Battle for Azeroth. Battle for Azeroth, sorry, it's a mouthful, at least for me, had world quest so imposed on you. It was almost like a job that you had to do if you wanted to keep up and be anything meaningful in the game. So fucking bad, dude. And yeah, it stayed with me. I hate world quests. Maximilian Wiśniewski, mordo, where's the Apogea talk? May the cocks be with you, Mr. Maximilian. What's up? Ohayo gozaimasu. Dozo. Hi. Apogea talk. Well, there will be. Yes. Yes, we're working on it. Trust me. Trust me. And yeah, we're gonna have... We're aiming to have 2 or 3 streams a month where we go over Apogea. I think this is the schedule so far, but we need to do some work ahead of it to prepare for that kind of rhythm. So, but it's coming, dude. It's coming. Don't worry about it. I'm excited too. Like, I'm fapping to Apogea instead of to Pornhub, so don't worry about it. Yeah. Open World Prey, aka new bounties. Wow, much. Hey, Desolation. What? Why so cynical? Let them cook. You don't let them cook, bruv. You get me? 1 second. Let's hear what the prey is. Okay, I don't even know if wait.
But now they're kind of stale. So Blizzard are adding in a new challenge called Prey, and Prey is a PvE gameplay system. Basically, it's a sort of hunter be hunted thing while you are questing or flying around. And what you do is you either pick normal, hard, or nightmare mode based on your skill difficulty, and apparently it's similar to delve bosses like Kaivesa, but they're just out in the open world. Now, if that doesn't seem good to you, that's okay. It is an opt-in thing, so if you just want to chill, you can totally do that. But if you're bored and you want some excitement that isn't instanced, then, well, you can become either predator or prey. And overall, the impression I've got from this is that it's another layer of stuff on top of the regular open world experience, just that it's one that does appear to allow for a good amount of challenge. Now, it will have cosmetic rewards, it'll have things like mounts, housing items, and I have to imagine gear and that sort of thing, but obviously there isn't confirmation in systems like...
Did you get it? So, wait. Oh, okay, prey. You can hunt the prey, or you can be the prey. 1 second.
Is a PvE gameplay system. Basically, it's a sort of hunter be hunted thing
Yes.
while you are questing or flying around. And what you
Once you're on the hunt, your prey can strike at any time.
do is you either pick normal, hard, or nightmare
Mid quests, running between objectives, fishing. Okay.
mode based on your skill difficulty, and apparently it's similar to delve bosses like Kaivesa, but they're just out in the open world.
Yes.
Now, if that doesn't seem good to you, that's okay. It is an opt-in thing, so if you just want to chill, you can totally do that. But
I get it.
if you're bored and you want some excitement that isn't instanced,
Yes.
then, well, you can become either predator or prey. And overall, the impression I've got from this is that it's another layer of stuff on top of the regular open world
I get it. Okay,
experience.
that makes sense now. So if people didn't get it, what it means that it's like it's essentially a quest on top of everything that you're doing, kind of like quest, a mode of the game. You turn it on, and that means that you can be attacked, ganked, just like Desolation Kun said, anytime by a boss, and that boss can be of the difficulty that you choose, and you have to kind of just deal with it. It's literally like summoning your friends at Westfall's Dead Mines and Horde Rogue showing up and killing everyone in the village. So you have to be ready for that rogue every time, all the time, okay? And instead of rogue, you're getting now a boss. So in other words, ChatGPT is ganking you, and you have no one to complain to, okay? That's it. Ah! Nice, dude. I can breathe. Meow. Me love clean nose, dude. Very nice, very delicious. Okay.
rewards, it'll have things like mounts, housing items, and I have to imagine gear and that sort of thing, but obviously there isn't confirmation in systems like that yet.
Gentes! Gentes-kun, may the Gentes be with you, dude. ありがとうございます。どうぞ。元気にしてるの? How you doing, bruv? You get me. You deserve more attention, bro. You're making good content overall. Keep it up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a kiss. I'm not doing good content. They're making good content. I'm just watching it. That's the golden ticket, bruv. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, look. I'm playing the game, okay? I'm playing the game. It's just it's in the background, so it still counts, right? Yeah, absolutely. So we're good. We're good. Actually, let me go back to the better city. I hate air in here. The Orgrimmar has better quality of air, of course. A little bit of shit and spit particles in the air. They make good for my nostrils. Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna head in over there and just chill on the Rocky Nipple. Yes, let me show you Rocky Nipple. I'm not sure if you guys are aware. If you look up in the sky, it's a little bit there hidden. There's like this great Rocky Nipple. Okay. And you just chill in here, and you have the overview of the entire shithole. There you go. Like, beautiful. Okay, this is it. Let's go back.
There's huge news for returning players as well. Kind of incredible, actually. In Midnight, they're actually revamping the entire new and returning player experience.
Again? We got Exile's Reach in Shadowlands. Dude, like, what Exile... Dude, I don't know about you, but Exile's Reach is actually fun. I know players that been playing WoW for 100 years haven't probably created a new character in ages, but I do know a few people that I got to play WoW, and they experienced Exile's Reach, and they all liked it. Yeah. Polish streamer just stand in front of his monitor and talks about MMOs is peak content. Thank you. I am actually very disappointed. I don't have my World of Warcraft. Let me actually wait. Let me show. Wait. I will take it out of the dirty bag of cloth. Okay. Yes. Dude. This was a very sad day for everyone. Extremely... The saddest days of the saddest. Okay? The saddestest days. But I was wearing this t-shirt. This t-shirt was on me, like this. When I killed Lich King in 2009. Look. Of course. No bullshitting around, man. Only big situations. Saddest day was when Ed said Apogea won't be released this year. You can look at both ways. Because it's sad because you won't get to play it. But it's good because game will be even better. You know what I mean? Like, you have to oczy that shit. You get me? Yeah. Word. Absolutely. I mean, let him cook. Like, dude, I am this weird person for Apogea team, because I am helping them a little bit with marketing and some kind of exposure and releasing content and shit. Like, we're working on some kind of strategy to have fun together while the game is being cooked, right? And I'm talking to them pretty much every day, whether with Zelda or Ed, etc. They are really putting all the heart into making that game come true. Really, like, there's no fucking around, man. They are so on it, you have no fucking idea. I wish Blizzard was that on World of Warcraft like they are on Apogea. So, they will make it. It's gonna be fine. Okay, but let them cook. Yeah. It's gonna be great.
What that means is that Exile's Reach is getting revamped, and it will then directly lead into Dragonflight and the War Within. But what they're doing is essentially a streamlining of the story, and that's... Dude, when I hear the word streamline,
if we were building a website for a client like we do it in my company, that's great because streamlining means money savings for both of us. It means resource savings for both of us. But when I think about entertainment and what streamlining does for a player experience, I don't know. If you streamline things, you end up with one-click rotation. When you streamline things, you end up with power level boosting. You know what I mean? Like, entertainment isn't supposed to be streamlined. It's supposed to be fucking fun, bruv. Now, I get it that the game has... Man, there are YouTube videos about the lore of World of Warcraft that are like 2 hours long. And they still don't cover everything. I have 8 books. And they are all about just like... what was it? Like 3rd war or 4th war? After Dark Portal era? Like they're like tiny... Dude, they're like tiny sliver of WoW history. And I have 8 books about it. Okay? There's so much lore to the game, it's unbelievable. But it doesn't mean you have to dumb it down. It's just, instead of, yeah, dude, instead of removing ingredients, how about you serve it better? You get me, bruv? Like that sounds like, that sounds like Microsoft's influence on the game. Yes. So, you know when Angelica talked about suits coming into the room and telling Blizzard how to make the game, I think this is the moment because streamlining in corpo language means money saving. And money saving means more money in the bank. And more money in the bank means more money to share among stakeholders, okay? So, if anything, this would be the indicator of it. You get me, bruv? Yeah. Player love the one-button auto-rotation. Well, I must say I didn't complain either. Yes, I really didn't complain either. You get me? Because when I logged in, I had no fucking clue what was happening. Obviously, now you won't see one-button rotation on my skill bar. But it did help me a lot in the beginning. When I was like relearning my character and all of that. Remove add-ons? I don't have any add-ons, dude. They're all off. It just fucking told me, it tells me every time to disable them. They are, oh, not me? Oh, everyone. Okay, I didn't know, dude. Yeah. Desolation couldn't, have you used the one button auto rotation shit? Where is it? Wait, I don't remember all this. Fucking, there it is, yes. Yeah. Oh, you can't see. Sorry, we're on the other screen. There we go. Yeah. I don't know. LLL? Well, no. Why no? So you're talking about the streamlining of shit. So what did I say wrong? It's not even an add-on. No, it's inbuilt game. No, this is a game feature, dude. A game feature, bruv. Ah, WoW is a shit! Okay, thank you. Yes. We are, chat, I'm not even fucking kidding. If you care for World of Warcraft and you're playing WoW retail, please be mindful that when you give them a finger, they will take your hand. We are one step away from having automation in the game. Like Lineage 2 right now has it. In Lineage 2, you can program your character so it plays itself. You can, I'm not even kidding, you can build a macro, press it, set it on the loop. In the game, it's a built-in feature where character kills the mobs, heals itself, picks up the loot, hands in the quest, etc, etc, etc. You can do that. One-click button. We are one step ahead from it. Yeah. It's a terrible game. It's not even a game. So if you have a system that needs an automation like that, what does it say about the system? I'm just saying.
Streamlining of the stories.
So in other words, if leveling comes down to grinding, the solution isn't to make grinding easier and more swallowable. It is about making that leveling more interesting to players. You can choose one, okay? And they clearly chose the wrong one, in my opinion at least. But hey, Lineage 2 is a Korean game. That's a different world. They have different set of rules. I'm just worried that World of Warcraft is going the same direction.
Going to include raids in their new single-player story mode.
Yeah.
So basically, there'll be no more skipping stuff. You'll be able to essentially experience the story from Dragonflight through to now, which does sort of make sense because Dragonflight is where the World Soul Saga plot threads really did start to begin.
Yeah.
Now, if you're returning more recently, you'll get a guided tour from either Thrall or Jaina around the Arathi Highlands, and they'll make sure you know about all the new gameplay and...
I am so far detached from the lore, I had to rewatch entire WoW history and catch up with all the events. It's just, there's no way the game can catch me up to the detail that a YouTube video can at this point. It's crazy how much history we have in the game. It's so beautiful. I love this fucking world. I love being in Azeroth and in anything that World of Warcraft has to offer in terms of the ambience, exploration. It's amazing, dude. No MMO comes close to that shit.
Systems. So there you go, a personal welcome back from Matson or Laura Bailey. Now, luckily, the new lore walking system is getting additions as well. And if
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I tried yesterday. You literally cannot do it. So for those who don't know, let me actually show you. This is the best way to convey the idea, I guess, just to fucking show you. Look. It's right here. So here it is. Let me see. There it is. There it is. Look. Okay, so the lore walking with Cho. Cho is the guy from Mist of Pandaria, right? This is him. Okay, you will find him in Orgrimmar and in fucking the new capital city. Okay, Don Bulgur or whatever. Yes. So you can talk to him, and he will tell you one of those stories. And I love the idea. I love this shit because the making of it is fucking amazing. I will show you what it looks like, but I can't show how it works because it doesn't work. So I've started Lich King story, and let me continue. Okay, and Lore Walker Cho, he's like a narrator telling you all about the story, step by step, popping in to give you extra details, extra background. You can follow him up with the wording that you might not be familiar with, but this is the most important part. You get to play the story. Okay, it transports you in time. Sometimes you become, for example, Arthas himself, and you choose dialogues and shit. Sometimes you have to help Arthas as the guy just in the story. It's like a scenario, but very well made. And in any point in time, you can hit ask the question, and pause the game, pause the scenario, and ask Cho, what the fuck is just happening? Hey, I'm misunderstanding something, etc., etc. It's really fucking cool. It's so well made. Or is it? It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Look.
Always be learning.
Look, I'll just... okay. So... Okay. So, how to show it to you? Because I'm literally in the middle of it. Let me... So, for example, I can click I'm lost, okay? It's gonna port me here. Look. So, what happened is that... Are you guys aware of the lore of Stratholme? How the city was being infested by the plague from Lich King? Okay? And Arthas decided to just kill everyone in that city, right? So we get to play this lore with Arthas, where we attack Mal'Ganis, who's being Mal'Ganis is essentially there to tempt Arthas to come to Northrend, where the rest of the lore unravels. We all know that, right? So you get to play, we get to enjoy that history as a guy who helps Arthas a little bit, right? But then I kill the guy, and literally nothing happens. There's no continuation. Look, do you see here on the right-hand side? Look, I have to kill 4 bosses. Where are those 3? I haven't even seen them once. Literally, the game just ported me to the end of the dungeon, made me kill Mal'Ganis. They do all the dialogue. Arthas fucks off. He just goes the different direction. And I'm stuck here, right? So then I'm calling Lore Walking Cho. And I'm like, okay, like... I'm a little lost, I guess. I think I'm a little lost, right? And it puts me here. Where am I? What the fuck is happening? You know what I mean? Like, you can't complete because you're stuck in the loop. It never, like, progresses you forward with the story. And it isn't exclusive to Lich King's story. It is across the board, because if you look at Reddit posts, the same shit is happening to people with all the other heroes. All the other villains, sorry. Right? And it's a shame, because it's amazing. It's so good. I love good lore, man. But every time you go, it's just... Yeah. What? Look, this is people. This is the lore walking with Cho for people. So I, to be honest, I don't even have it that bad. This is from 2 months ago. It is a mess, yeah. I'm currently stuck at the last step in Halls of Reflection. Escape from Arthas, but can't get credit. Imagine that. It's really sad, because this feature is great. So I really hope they fix it with this reiteration, because now they're clearly changing shit about it, right? And by the way, why does the game look like this? When I talk to the guy, this is my pop-up, and what they have in the video is different. Where is that from? Can I turn that on, or is that an add-on? Bro, do you think Zalatrav is an old god? I don't know. This is... I'm too far away from the lore yet to kind of theory craft with you here, right? I'm still catching up with the lore. I just kind of learned who Zalatrav is and what the fuck is happening, right? So remember, I remember WoW from Legion, so I need to... You have to give me a minute. But you can give me your take. I wouldn't mind, because that way I can take it. And whenever I'm faced with that part of the game, I will be thinking of you. Have a kiss, okay? Yes. Just play Warcraft 3 for the OG Stratholme experience. No, I can play WoW Classic. It's fine. I have the...
Eyes open. Always be learning.
It's... Speaking of good shit, I got this. I'm just saying. I dropped it when it was cool, okay? This mount has like 0.00001% of drop chance. It's fucking beautiful, man. Yes, and it's from WoW Classic. Very, very, very proud of that shit. From Stratholme, you get me, bruv? Yeah. Very cool. And this one is from Cooling of Stratholme, but this one is easy to get anyway. Yeah. So yeah, no, we can get that nostalgia feeling in WoW right now. But you have to play WoW Classic, really. Because now, even in retail, the thing is, the world doesn't look like it used to because of Cataclysm. So there's this like division. You get me? Can you buy it in shop? The amount you drop? No, you can't. No, you can't. Thank God. So the thing with cash shop in WoW is that you can't ever buy an item or a mount that is obtainable in game. It seems like any mount or any pet or decoration that they launch are exclusive to cash shop. So there's no overlap, which is good. Okay? Like, if anything, that's okay. Like, imagine me dropping that Riven there for, I don't know, hundreds of hours in Stratholme, and then a little Timmy pulls up, swipes that credit card, and gets it from the cash shop. You know what I mean? That'd be bad. I would really be mad, dude.
If you're not familiar with that, lore walking is a curated, narrated version of old quests that does actually have some sort of custom bits of new content as well.
It's really cool.
It actually went down really well when it was put into the game 1 or 2 patches ago.
When it worked,
you're
yes.
walked through lore, it's old stories with new context, but importantly, they're always relevant to the modern story. So what Blizzard are doing is they're adding more lore walking campaigns. I'd expect to see new details on like everything elf related and everything light related, which, come to think of it, is quite a lot.
I stopped when Pandaria came out, to be honest. I haven't actually played Pandaria. I stopped with... Dude, I am this person that says that that I haven't played WoW for like many years. If you want to look at the issue binarily, 0-1, I played every single expansion. Like, I actually I purchased and logged in every single expansion minus Shadowlands, I believe. So, I am on top with WoW. I know what's happening. But every time I returned to WoW after Wrath of the Lich King, I couldn't stick around. It just wasn't for me. You get me, bruv? So, that's where I am at, right? Was playing Turtle and some Lich King... I should ban the word private server in this chat. You get me, bruv? Like, this... Yeah. No, I'm kidding with the ban, but it's I'm just not a big fan of private servers at all. Unless, of course, the game goes offline and that's the only way to experience the game. Then that's all we have to. I mean, beggars can't be choosers in a way, right? But it doesn't sit well with me. I used to play Lineage 2 private servers as a kid, and I remember them being wiped all the time. And they were like, yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't feel right in a way. I mean, yeah, it depends what you want out of it. Like, I can't, in a good faith, commit to 10 years of gameplay on a private server. It just feels like waste of time. Do you know what I mean? Like, sure, if you need like nostalgia hit, that dopamine that came from your memories and walking around Elwyn Forest as a level 2 human, then yeah, of course, go for private, go for Turtle, try something new and experience the way it used to be. But like, really playing a private server for 5, 6, 10 years, yeah, it's not something I would like to do. Yeah, I would much rather play global servers then. I haven't experienced Nostalgius at all. I only experienced. I watched on YouTube the Farewell clips, how people gathered in Ironforge and in Grimoire and Stormwind to just like, you know, type in /s fuck Blizzard and get their characters deleted. Yeah. Having rogues and druids do front stabs with movement bugs increased the skill that made dagger leveling viable. So they modified the game to well, you see, I really liked WoW Classic for how it was broken in a way. It gave it a little bit of texture.
You may have seen headlines that transmogrification is free. That is actually not true, but it is going to be cheaper.
Unless you're playing Boomkin. Like, no one played Boomkin. That that was a completely useless class. Like, yeah, just yeah.
And the system is being revamped. And this is the most important thing, right? In Midnight, transmog is going to be slot-based, not item-based. So,
Oh, by the way, I learned yesterday that you can transmog every shoulder separately, wherever you have two. Right? You can transmog both shoulders separately. I didn't know about that.
you would pay to stick a new hat mog on your head slot, not on the helmet that is currently in your head gear slot. That sounds a little bit complicated, but it basically is way more easy.
Wait.
If you transmog your head...
Aha! Oh, shit! I know! Okay, so what it means to you, when you change an item, the transmog stays because it wasn't attached to the item you just replaced with. Okay, that makes sense.
But then you change your actual headgear,
Yeah.
well, that'll be fine, because you'll just apply that slot's appearance to your new bit of gear for completely free.
Captain
so that essentially
Morgan
means no more spending the transmog tax
May the cogs
every
be with
time
you,
you
bruv.
get a new item. Though there are a few edge cases we're not super sure about, like
Okay.
if you have a two-hander transmog and you swap to a sword and a shield, but I trust they'll make things like that work. But that's actually not all. We're getting a new feature, which is contextual swapping. We don't have the specifics yet, but the idea basically is you would walk into your house, and then suddenly your character would automatically change its transmog into one of your choosing. So basically, a system that allows you to change your transmog
I love this shit. You know why? Because I'm a sucker for roleplay. I loved it. I was fucking, dude, this fucking morning when I was doom scrolling, I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool if I could wear my like casual clothes in Orgrimmar, but when I leave Orgrimmar, I would put the armor on, kind of thing. And I'm, there you fucking go, man. You get me. Just like that, bruv.
automatically based on where you are or what you're doing. As an example, if you accept a summon to a raid, then yeah, you could load up your edgiest, glowiest set to look like the most hardcore raider. you
Hell
could
yeah.
be. But for a lot of people, say,
Now, don't get me wrong. I don't like transmogs. At least the way they're made. Okay? But hey, that is great. It reminds me of wardrobes in Final Fantasy where you can just like pew, 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 pew. You get me, bruv. Yeah, absolutely. Desolation Kun, by the way, speaking of private servers, have you tried Ascension? I think it reminds me a lot about Season of Discovery, that kind of experimentation. And you can mix classes together, so you can have a priest that is also a mage at the same time, kind of thing. Sounds like a canvas to play with. A lot, yeah. Bybsie lore, he was one of the dudes doing ERP in Goldshire. Oh, touch me, daddy. Okay, yes, thank you. More. Of course. Dude, I am well versed in everything that's going on in Goldshire. Hell yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Dude, I didn't have girlfriend until I was... ...17, I think. That's when I had my first girlfriend. Yeah. And people got their dick sucked when they were 13. Okay? So... I'm late to the party, bruv. So I had to like let it out somewhere. I was extremely shy and very introverted. So I imagine Goldshire would be a great place for people like me to hang out, huh? You get me? My friend used to transmog his items to magically shit items to massically. Wait, do you mean massically? Because I don't know the word massically. Shit items and had a very high gear score. Basically, true. Okay, yeah, you have such a big fingers, it presses 3 keys at the same time. Very nice. Very nice. You must have been playing games for your entire life, dude, to grow a Bybsie like that. Yeah. So basically shit items and had a very high gear score being the main tank. It was so fun. Dude, that sounds great. Yeah. Now, the reason I don't like transmogs is because they take away from the aesthetics value of an item. In other words, what I'm saying is that when you drop a chest piece that looks a certain way and you wear it, then people know that you got that chest piece on you and it's yours and you dropped it, you earned it. When people can just dress up, it's like a little bit fake, a little bit pretend, and they might have a shitty armor underneath but look cool. I feel like a look is such an important part of the MMORPG experience, the kind of social status that goes with it, that any system that allows you to jump the gun is a little bit pain in the ass to me. You get me? I played Ascension WoW like 5-6 years ago, I think. It was fun getting random spells when leveling up and trying to make build out of it. I think this is the only appeal to it, really. Yeah, they come across as this kind of a meme server. Yeah.
Peers, I think the notion of just being able to put on
just to fuck around and find out, pretty much.
A nice regular set whenever they walk into town, automatically, I think that'll be a big win for them. This next one's fairly minor, but it will be core to how the game feels. Vigor, as a part of the skywriting system, is going away. So, skywriting, which is the newer, faster, more dynamic flight system, is changing to, instead of using the Vigor balls that we currently have in our UI, to use shared charges for abilities instead. And ultimately, this is streamlined, and it will probably be faster for most people, and it'll also clean up your screen as well, because the Vigor bar is aggressively huge.
Okay.
Next, there's huge news for add-ons. So if you're...
I actually quite enjoyed the minigame of flying the dragon with the current orbs that you have at the bottom of the screen. So you guys didn't play... You don't play WoW, so you don't know what I'm talking about. Do you see those here? So this is the vigor he mentioned. And when we fly, I spend those for maneuvers. Right? Every time I go up, one goes down. And the way to charge them up is to dive. And as you dive, your mount speeds up. See, you can see the air around the wings, and these are charging up so I can go again. And it's like a little bit of a mini game to maneuver your position, your trajectory, and all of that crap, right? And by the way, you can go as fast as fucking 830% of speed. Dude, I remember when I was farming gold for months, 4,500 gold to get a white griffin flying at 100% speed. 100, 200, whatever. Yeah, like, it was insane. I still remember the moment I bought my very first white griffin in Honor Hold for that flew 60% speed. And I was like, it was the first time I actually flew, right? I took off. I was like, dude, and my brain was like, fuck. I couldn't, it was magical. Okay? You get me. So anyway, this is the system that he has in mind, basically. So they are removing those and replacing it with some bullshit. I actually, there's no details to it.
Coming back to Midnight, there are certain combat add-ons you won't need if this plan works.
I will just quickly say, I played around with it yesterday. This is the best UI edit mode I've ever seen in any game. It's absolutely unbelievable how responsive that bullshit is. How well made that shit is. It's so easy to use. And it's great. Like, I had no trouble understanding what's going on. And I saw it yesterday for the first time.
They've already started replacing things, of course, but now they're going one step further. Blizzard almost hid this news buried under the gameplay features heading. But basically, nameplate changes are coming, and an Xbox Wire post, yeah, I know, sums this up as more clarity, more customization, less clutter. So basically, way better default nameplates and...
more clarity, more customization, less clutter. Okay, that is the most marketing jargon I've ever seen in my life. So basically, you say a lot without saying anything. That is marketing. Beautiful. Yes.
More customization for them. But it's not only that, the Advanced Cooldown Manager is also getting updates as well. And if you're not familiar with that feature, it's basically their take on, and in a way, attack of, weak auras. So with this being announced, it's fairly clear.
To be honest, I look forward to it. For the very simple reason. So, best features come from the needs of the user. Okay? And, for example, when I play as my paladin, when you engage in a combat, I don't think there are any dummies in here, so I can't really show you. But when you engage in a combat, you have, this is fucked up, by the way, 2 rows of buffs and shit going on. They all have timers, they go and you know, they disappear, they come, and it's just a very dynamic part of the screen. And it's extremely hard for me to keep a track of one buff that I need to keep up all the time. And that is my Shield of the Righteous here, right? I need this up all the time as a tank. And it lasts for like 4 or 5 seconds. I never know when it's time to press this shit again. Because I can't, like, I don't see it. So much going on in here, I just don't see it. So when I have something, reminiscing of a weak aura, and it will show me, okay, dude, you have 2 seconds left on it, get ready. I will love it. It will be so helpful, man. And it's just like one use case. Imagine people going hard at Mythic plus 421, right? So, yeah, sure. I can see that working. I mean, there's a reason why weak auras was so popular.
Their next target is Plater.
Yes!
Let's talk about housing then. Some good news.
Let's
You're going to have
go!
your WoW houses before Christmas. That's because Ian hard confirmed that housing comes in patch 11.2.7, which
gonna
will
have
be,
so much
quote,
fun, man.
later this year. And based on the current schedules, we believe they're targeting
wait.
December, though you will need to actually own Midnight to play it. And we also got another nice hard confirm of a feature, and that is imports. Basically, if
Okay.
you like someone's house, you can just ask them for their import code, and then, well, you
What?
can import.
Dude, people will be trading those. It's like in Dune Awakening, you can sell a blueprint of your house. Holy shit. I love this. It invites another player-to-player interaction. That sounds great, dude.
Their house. Pretty cool, and it
Yeah.
should allow for a lot of community sharing, as an example of things like templates for houses or
Absolutely,
kitted
yeah.
out areas.
That's awesome.
Okay, let's move into some content then.
I wonder if there will be some kind of API, any kind of integration with websites, where you could technically have a database of those blueprints and you could preview them before importing them into the game. So like you literally have Icy Veins or Wowhead, whatever. You click the template and it shows you the 3D model of the house, and you could just beep, beep, beep. That'd be so cool.
Well, we finally know what's going on with the Haranir. They're going to be our allied race this expansion. Basically, they're the ancient, druidic, troll-like people from deep underneath Azeroth, like, say,
whatever.
or
No one
Wayne
cares.
from the War Within.
There are so many of them, no one gives a fuck anymore. Like, why would you want to play it? It doesn't. It's so weird, dude.
Cinematic.
Fuck
And we
me.
actually found files in the data mining last year to indicate this. It seems like they were maybe planned to be in our hands earlier, but hey, now we're finally getting them. And that's complete with brand new druid forms for the first time since Battle for Azeroth. And thankfully, they can be either faction just like with the Earthen, and you'll be able to be every class except for Paladin, Demon Hunter, and Evoker. They're apparently Baulu.
Now, this is a part from WoW Classic that I miss. When class had deep ties to races. And now it's just a complete globalization and cancellation of any identity. Like, there's no distinction between Night Elf, human, and orc right now. Anyone can be anything. And I really appreciated how only orcs were versed in being a shaman. Right? How priests can only, I think they only humans and night elves could play priests. It just plays well into the race, the lore. And right now, everyone is everything. It's stupid. What is this?
Luminescent, and from what we've seen in people's pictures of slides from Gamescom, well, the customization options do actually appear to be
Okay.
quite diversified, so you can really make these guys look pretty
Nice.
damn different.
Yeah,
Classes then.
new
We're
spec.
not getting a new class, but we are getting a new spec.
Yeah.
Demon Hunter is getting Devourer, which is a mid-range caster with some insanely cool sounding cosmic and void abilities. There's things like Collapsing Star, which just sounds cool.
Okay.
But here's the big thing. It's probably actually a melee DPS that can stay in mid-range. That's at least our take from looking through.
I don't know, like, guys, what do you think? I don't know. It's either melee or it's range. It can't be melee range. It's just weird. It's like playing in that gray zone that no one knows what it's about. Just give it a good definition, but this is, I don't know. Maybe you gotta play it to understand it.
All the abilities. They revealed that it does have melee abilities, like Void Blade and Hungering Slash. They basically dive in close, do cool Void stuff, and then jump back out.
Yeah.
And if you're an FF14 player, you may recognize this as being inspired by both Red Mage and Reaper. And at least from my jaunt into FF14, man, Red Mage is awesome.
Never got there, got bored. Sorry, it is what it is. Yeah, just fix your early game. Maybe I'll give it another go.
Get that gameplay feel here. I'm very happy. I think it's a really cool fantasy for a mobile caster. And if you loved Shadow Priest back during the Legion expansion, then maybe you'd want to check this out. Now, the main gameplay loop revolves around harvesting souls to extend your
The animations look
metamorphosis
really cool.
as long as you can. Now, that being said, it's one new spec. I can understand people being a bit disappointed in that. I would say hold your breath just for now. At a panel this weekend, Ian and Paul Cubitt are going to talk about the other new talents that are coming to the game, so there could be some cool new bells and whistles for your class. All that we know thus far is we're getting 10 new talent points to play with, and also we're getting Apex talents, which sounds cool. We don't.
Great pause, by the way. I did hop on the Demon Hunter train when it launched in Legion, and I must say I had really great time. It's so dynamic, so quick, so fast. To be honest, too fast for me a little bit. I'm a guy who like doesn't, who likes to take things slow, kind of thing, you know. And Demon Hunter was just such a dopamine hit. There was like so much going on, almost too much. And yeah, I enjoyed it thoroughly, really did.
Really know what they are yet.
Midnight itself.
So that's a lot of stuff. What about the actual content? Well, here's what it is.
Yeah.
4 major story zones. First, the Eversong Woods, which are revamped, healed from the Scourge, and now also include the Ghostland. So it's all that as one big zone.
Okay.
Second, Zolaman. That's the Forest Troll Empire, but massively expanded. Man, it looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
Third, Harandar. This
looks
that
even
is
better, dude.
seemingly deep under Quel'Thalas, where the
Holy
unknown
shit, that
burrowed
looks
tree's
beautiful.
Roots meet. That's, of course, where we're going to meet the Haranir. And then
Yeah.
finally, there's Voidstorm, which is a distant void world where Xal'atath has her base of operations. I honestly wonder if it's maybe the place that she actually used to call home. We don't.
I'll be very honest. I don't dig the void aesthetics at all. I don't know. It just doesn't resonate with me. I'd much rather have the. I mean, I liked it more. I don't mean I want to have it again. So I liked it when it was all about Burning Legion. That kind of fell energy. It somehow, connected with me on a different level. This void is just not the art style that I like. I'm not saying it looks bad, but just not something I would enjoy being a lot. I never liked zones like, for example, what's the name? Twisted Nether, right? I think it's Twisted Nether. No, Twisted Nether is the whole thing. Wait a second. Where's the zone where Area 52 was? Nether, what was it? Yeah, wait 1 second. Outland map. Nether Storm. Yes. So I never liked being in Nether Storm. I'd much rather be in Shadow Moon Valley, for example.
I don't know how we get there, but if I was to speculate, there is a big hole in the sky. Maybe we fly up it. Story-wise, this one is going to be different from the last few expansions, though. We start off in Eversong, fighting off Xal'atath's attack from the cinematic. Once we sort that out, we get a choice. There are 3 middle chapters to choose from. One takes us down to Harandar to discover Azeroth's hidden history and to befriend the Haranir. Another is to go to Zolaman to awaken dormant troll gods and recruit them to our cause. The third is not a new zone. It's actually quite cool. We investigate the light. Basically, it's Arator, which is Alleria and Turalian's son, taking us on a quest, a pilgrimage across Lordaeron's holy places. Stuff like Lightscope Chapel. Essentially, it's a campaign.
See, so this is the type of content that I love to see. It deepens your knowledge about the existing world rather than adding more new worlds. Like, there's no more zones to go through, but you kind of get to learn more about what you've already seen. Like deepen that knowledge a little bit. See what's behind those closed doors that you always thought were closed. Now they're open, kind of thing. I really like that. That's why I think Classic Plus is so appealing to me, because this is the direction they seem to want to be taking it, right?
In chapter that's not limited to only being in a new zone, which honestly I think is a no-brainer for just trying to tell a good story that takes all the cool stuff from Warcraft into account. So I like that. Once we do the 3 of those, we wrap it up in Voidstorm, and it's quite cool. Basically, the Army of the Light are going to be at our back, and we lay siege to Xal'atath's fortress once and for all, and I'm sure everything will go accordingly to plan. Let's talk about the main city. The main city this time is Silvermoon, but there's actually a twist. It is not a neutral city. It's the base for both factions, but the Alliance only gets a relatively small staging area. And as an Alliance main, I'm actually really happy to see that. I think this is the right way to do things. It makes sense for us to be there in the story. I think the Horde have got a real...
So we get like Dutch arriving in Japan in, like, I think it was in 1400s. They only could board. They only could dock in, I think, Nagasaki or somewhere in that area, right? And then everything else, like entire Japan, was just closed off to them. And so this is Alliance now. And Alliance are the new Dutch. I love Silvermoon. It's such a beautiful city. I can't wait to go there.
Deal, and for them, you know, to get Silvermoon revamped, big new city in all of its glory. I think that's fantastic. For an Alliance player's experience, being a little enclave staging area, I actually think is pretty cool. So I'm down with this. And certainly from what we've seen, the art team are, as usual, cooking. Now, to be clear, Blizzard have not really done all of their deep dives yet. We don't know if there are more structural changes. We don't know if this will feel similar to Khazalgar in terms of rares, treasures, and world
quests. Can we fly?
Well, story and content-wise,
I would love to fly in there.
That's sounding pretty good.
Okay.
Dungeons and Delves, then. We're obviously getting them.
Big situation.
And Blizzard confused everybody by being their own fake news. Well done, guys. Anyway, here's what is reliable and fact-checked.
Nice.
There are 8 dungeons, and some of them are pretty cool, like Windrunner Spire, which, by the way, is remade.
Wait, there was Magister's Terrace? Dude, I grinded this dungeon like crazy. Man, I wanted the bird. Did you see the White Strider from there? Ooh, we're gonna have a go, boys, for sure. Oh, it's gonna be great.
8 dungeons, and some of them are pretty cool, like Windrunner Spire, which, by the way, is remade, way bigger, looks awesome. A totally remade Magister's Terrace and Murder Row. So that's 3 in Eversong. Then there's the Den of Nalarak and Miasra Caverns in Zulaman, and the Blinding Veil in Harundar. And the description kind of caught us off guard. A Dawnwell, causing rapid growth that threatens Silvermoon. So I wonder what a Dawnwell is. Anyway, the last 2 are in Voidstorm, and they're called Nexus Point Zenith and Void Scar Arena. Sounds pretty cool. Now, the most recent patch dungeon, Ecodome Aldani, is absolutely fantastic. If it's a similar team continuing with similar quality, then yes, that would be very good indeed. Delves, then. Blizzard also gave us misinfo here.
Hey, by the way, as a first-time user of a Delve, I really liked it. Can I just say, like, it was such a... Dude, it was one of the most casual experiences I ever had in dungeon. And I dislike how, you know, easy they are. Like, delves, you can do delves with your feet. Really, turn off your screen and still complete it. But sometimes you need that type of content, okay? Sometimes when you had a bad day, maybe you're having a headache like I was having yesterday, you just play the shit out of it with no challenge whatsoever, totally mindless slop and still fun. I really liked Delves. I really liked them. I only hope they were like a little bit more challenging, maybe if possible. I don't know if you could add a difficulty level. I don't know how you plan for it. Or maybe you could have Delves that are more difficult by default, to not double into the difficulty design. But yeah, Delves are fun. They're really well fun. I love guys.
Some places said there were 7 Delves. Others said there were 11 Delves. But here's what we're sure of. There are 10 delves, plus one extra one for the Nemesis boss.
Okay.
We know 3 are in Eversong, 3 are in Voidstorm, and 2 are in Zalaman, and there are 3 more that don't have confirmed locations as of yet. And honestly, I'm really excited to just see how, like, they've got better at making delves, because now they've got a full expansion of feedback. Now, our new delve companion is going to be Valera Sanguinar. She's one of the few neutral but recognizable blood elves. She's got plenty of history.
Sick, dude.
I think makes sense for her character. And to be real with you, from the perspective of someone who accidentally just fell back in love with playing the basic game, I'm really excited for this. And I'm especially excited for what's coming with raids.
A hot elf alert, yes.
Raids are very different this time round. We're not getting 1, we're actually getting 3. Our first raid will be the Void Spire. That's an Assault and Zalatat's base.
Hot elf rare these times. Well, they are still hot in the game. It's literally just in the cinematic they aren't. But hey, I love the aesthetics of Midnight. Like, if the end game is somewhere in the Silver Moon area in Ghostlands, I'm totally in. It's just so fucking exciting. Yeah, I don't know. I've always loved Blood Elves. Ever since they launched, I wish I had one. And I waited all the way to Warlords of Draenor to actually make a Blood Elf. Because of the things, basically. Yeah.
And it's going to have only 6 bosses, down from the usual 8. But then we've got a 1-boss raid in Harrendar, which is called the Dream Rift, and to finish it off, a 2-boss raid called the March on Quel'Danas, which is, of course, the island up to the north of Quel'Thal.
Wait, this is... Look, Quel'Danas is... Wait. Quel'Danas, if I remember correctly. Yep. This is the... Dude, oh my god. Sorry, nostalgia hit me hard as fuck, man. Quel'Danas was the island that they introduced in the late TBC when they launched Sunwell Raid. It was a brand new area with daily quests and shit, and I remember you had to take a flight. It's some kind of a... Yeah, raid was there, exactly. Yeah. You had to take a flight from Shatra City, I think. No, it couldn't have been Shatra. Maybe? Oh, fuck. Somewhere. I don't remember from where. And you would ride this fucking mana eel for like 10 minutes before arriving there. And I could shit in that time. I could eat dinner in that time because mom's been waiting for 4 hours by then. And I could come back and enjoy. It was so good. And that was exactly where the Magistrate Terrace was, where I was grinding that mount. I love that shit. Again, they are resurrecting old content. Please, yes. Stop adding new worlds, new villains, new shit. Make the most what you already have. Because the world is so rich, so beautiful. I love this. And the fact that this is the climax. This is the end of the story. In that kind of surrounding, I'm double hyped, man. And I'm actually the person who hasn't raided Sunwell. So it would be my first time ever. Unless I play TBC Anniversary servers next month or something like that. Then maybe we can try that. But again, yeah, this will be fantastic experience for me. I will love that. Holy shit.
Less. And a structure like this is almost completely new to Blizzard. This feels so old school that it's basically like a Burning Crusade or Wrath era thing.
Yes, thank you.
That's how they used to structure their raids.
Dude.
And building 3 raid environments is going to take a lot of work, so they must be doing that for good reason. And I suppose that reason's likely the story. For years, Blizzard have struggled to tell the story well in raids. You know, with the release window being tied to the season and all of that stuff. And sometimes it means we even get the story of the game out of order, which just confuses people. And it ends up being the case that there's one raid and one big cinematic cutscene. I think though with 3 raids, they can split things out a little bit more. They can have more story with the same amount of bosses, which does seem great to me. Now we'll have a big story beat, of course, in attacking the Void Spire, then a little intermission to...
Yeah, I wonder if we're gonna face Harbinger in a raid and be that like a final fight of the expansion. What was the name of the next expansion in the World's Soul Saga? Wow, World Soul... This is such a mouthful, man. What was the third one? Oh, Last Titan, yeah. So, I mean, I don't think Harbinger is the Titan. So, it could be that there is some kind of a Titan that is capable of destroying Harbinger. So, they're gonna keep her alive for the final expansion of the saga. Or we kill Harbinger now, and with the world being corrupted, destroyed, scarred, after the Harbinger's work, we need to heal Azeroth, as we always do, and Last Titan will be the answer to getting that started. I think these are really the only two ways they can go about it, like logically thinking, right? It's either conflict between the Last Titan and Harbinger, or we kill Harbinger now, and then Last Titan will help us restore Azeroth. So yeah, something like that. But both ways cool. Both ways is cool, absolutely.
To fight
and by the way, I will just
and
point how where is it? If you look here, how Last Titan is leading towards the light. You can clearly see that in the design of the logo, which is great because, as I said, I don't like the aesthetics of the Void very much. Okay, and so yeah, I'm like double happy, bruv.
the Dream Rift, and then, after a week or two, we'll get quests that send us to Quel'Danas. That basically is to Sunwell Plateau. You'll know that from the final patch of the Burning Crusade expansion if you played back then. Banging patch, and that seems to be our big finale. And for those who aren't raiders, the good news is that story mode will be there, and it will, well, basically allow them to put real story in the raids again. So this could be quite massively improved, to be honest with you.
Wait, so did I get it right that you can play raid in a story mode? That's actually huge. That's great. Because when you go to a raid with other people, everyone is just feeling the peer pressure to skip everything and just kill the boss and get out of here. And I, for one, would like to listen to the dialogue, watch the cinematic, and fucking chill. And enjoy the story, especially if it's a climax of the story.
And out of almost everything I'll say today, this seriously might be the most important thing. Blizzard are breaking tradition here. They're changing up the structure, but they're even doing it in a way that's making life harder for themselves. You know, making 3 raids, 3 raid environments instead of 1. So they must think it's worth it.
Okay. Ooh, PvP, dude!
But here's the most shocking thing. PvPers have not been completely forgotten.
Wow!
And I think this just speaks to how confusing the media environment has been. Many people don't know that there's going to be a new battleground that is 40v40. It's in Voidstorm, it's called Slayer's Rise, and this is basically the first new epic battleground they've done since Ashran in Warlords of Draenor. Now, technically, it's changed from being an open world PvP thing to a epic battleground that happened late in BF.
I really like battlegrounds in Wrath of the Lich King. Do you guys remember, what was the name? It's not Winter Spring, it's next to Dalaran. It's this zone that you couldn't fly through. It will always dismount you. Winter something where you had to siege the vault, and then inside that vault there were a couple of bosses who dropped mounts, like the Mammoth Mount. Amazing. I love taking part in that shit. That was so good, dude.
For Ashran, but that still is 3 whole expansions ago. But that's not all.
Yeah.
They might seriously be working toward a future for at least some PvP. That's because loads of people love Comp Stomp. That's the versus NPC version of Battlegrounds, and those are becoming a fixed option instead of being a rotating thing.
Really?
And the biggest thing is it's changing name. Its name is changed to the Training Grounds. I would then say, interesting. Training for what? Training for real PvP? Training for more battlegrounds Blizzard will put into the game? I have to wonder if this is the start of something.
True.
But more than any of that, is this it? Is that all? Because I've seen a lot of feedback from people saying that
that's
this
already
seems
a
small
lot,
for an
dude.
expansion.
What do you mean?
And in a way, you're...
Oh, can I just say, this was the least energetic announcement of the expansion I've ever seen. Like, did you guys watch it live? This part, it was so sad. It was like, put me out there. I'll do a better job, even though I don't know what I'm announcing. I'll just hype people up and invite them to watch the reveal of the big dick expansion that we've been working on for a couple of years with Chris Metzen. Like, what the hell? And go back to Gamescom and watch that. It's like so slow. It's almost like not worth to watch. We weren't off the good start, really, with that one.
Right, but let me kinda tell you why. Blizzard screwed this reveal so hard.
Yeah.
There are tons of panels with VODs that are coming up late, and the VODs are really quite bad quality, with like just awful audio. People literally have mismatching information, and some of their stuff, right, is exclusively found in YouTube shorts. So if you don't happen to have a YouTube short rammed into your face, or just go to the Warcraft channel and go to the shorts tab, I'm pretty sure that's a way that nobody consumes shorts, then you'll just miss stuff out. There's other stuff that can be found in the press center. There's others that is...
I always say, and I think Neri agrees with the game as well, with building games, the marketing, the distribution of content is as important as content itself, probably even more important, because if you're screaming at the wall, well, no one's gonna hear you, right? You have to build a game, sure, but you have to think upfront how you're gonna market it, how you're gonna put it in front of people. That is with literally anything. Think about an advertisement for a company. Okay, you will open your favorite graphics software, you'll design that ad, but it's still on your PC. How will you make people see it? Are you gonna put it on LinkedIn? Are you gonna hire a board in your city on the street level? Like, are you gonna shout in the Trafalgar Square about that ad? Like, what? How are you gonna get it in front of people? And it's very important. And I see companies just making that mistake over and over. They get so hyped up about making the thing, they forget how to market that thing. And those things should work in parallel. Like the saying that you build a good product, they will come. It is a utopia. It's beautiful to say, hard to execute, right? Like, I mean, yeah, it is. You have to put some work into the distribution channel. No wonder CDPR spend more on marketing than development. Exactly. And looked how well it worked for them versus what Blizzard did with Midnight, which is I mean, it's just bad luck, right? This is the outcome of firing 9,000 people from a company. Just a bunch of mess because the processes inside the company that were used to having 9,000 more hands on them haven't adapted yet. And it's just instant overload of information that has no avenue. You don't know what's happening. People are just running around like headless chickens because it's just too much.
You know, buried in official posts. Some of those official posts are so poorly written that people are accusing them of being AI, but I have to tell you, any state-of-the-art model would produce better English language.
Yes. Go read that in your own time. Oh, fuck. Guys, remember when we had ChatGPT introduced like a couple of years ago, probably? It is that kind of quality writing. Okay. Yeah. And that is like official announcement from Blizzard. It's just bad.
Copy than what was contained in those posts.
Yeah, it's terrible.
This is all deeply strange. I mean, there is even a promised deep dive panel that just seems to have disappeared at the last minute. This is a complete omnishambles. So, what you've seen in this video is not everything in Midnight. I'll be back next week with a more complete picture after all the clarifications, all the creator interviews, all the updates. But if you want something next, watch my breakdown of the cinematic, because I promise you, there is more than meets the eye. And a lot of people, well, if they've only played the game recently, and they see this cinematic, which has got so much stuff that's rooted in the Burning Crusade, well, you probably won't get it. The good news is, my video will solve that problem, so go watch it next.
So that's really thanks again. I love those videos. Absolutely, what people say. Activision got the social media department, suits, but how will we get the information to the masses? Activision, Bellular will do it. Suits, genius. Yeah, man's doing God's work. Absolutely, thank you so much for this. Chad, we gotta go, right? It's late. It's late. We gotta go. So I will see you all on Saturday. Now, I am very hyped for Ashes of Creation Phase 3. So I'm tempted to spend some time in there. And then we also have, obviously, the best game in the world. What did he say? You get me. So we'll see how that goes. But in any case, thank you so much for today. I really appreciate it. If you have any other news about new MMOs, drop them in Discord. Please drop them in Discord. We're going to talk about them. We're going to break them down. We got some new YouTube videos coming up. I actually got them scheduled. They're not shorts, actual videos. And so we're going to have plenty of content, plenty of stuff to talk about on Saturday. So I look forward to seeing you over there. Thank you very much for every message, for every follow, every sub. And without raiding out today, I gotta go. It's really late. So my day is chasing me now. And yeah, thank you. May the cogs be with you. And stay Bybsie, chat. Stay Bybsie. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. What do we say? Sugi no suturimu de aimashou.